Merhabalar. Le Cordon Bleu İstanbul'la ilgili birkaç bilgi aktarmak isteriz öncelikle size. 1895 yılında Paris'te kurulan Le Cordon Bleu Mutfak Sanatları Okulu, günümüzde 20 ülkede 35'i aşkın uluslararası okulda yılda 20.000 öğrenciye eğitim vermektedir. 2012 senesinde Özyeğin Üniversitesi ve Le Cordon Bleu arasında imzalanan anlaşma çerçevesinde Özyeğin Üniversitesi Gastronomi ve Mutfak Sanatları lisans öğrencilerini dünyanın en usta şefleriyle yetiştirirken Le Cordon Bleu'de açtığı sertifika programları ile bu alanda kendini geliştirmek ve ilerlemek isteyen kişilere yeni bir geleceğin kapılarını açmaktadır.
Le Cordon Bleu, founded in 1895, currently is present in 20 countries with more than 35 international schools, attended by 20,000 students annually. Özyeğin University and Le Cordon Bleu signed a partnership agreement in July 2012. In the frame of this partnership, Özyeğin University Gastronomy and Culinary Arts License Program students, as well as Le Cordon Bleu certificate students, are receiving very strong culinary education from experienced international chefs. Le Cordon Bleu doors are open to anyone inside or outside of the industry who wants to improve him, herself in the culinary arts world by teaching of Le Cordon Bleu chefs using Le Cordon Bleu training modules.
Le Cordon Bleu İstanbul, 220.000 metrekareyi aşan çok prestijli Özyeğin Üniversitesi kampüsünde yer almaktadır. Kampüs, Asya yakasındadır ve toplu taşıma araçlarıyla ve şehrin merkezi noktalarından günde birkaç kez üniversite servisiyle kolayca ulaşılabilir. Öğrenciler, 2.626 yatak kapasiteli yurtların yanı sıra kampüs içinde yer alan yarı olimpik kapalı havuz, kütüphane, yemek mekanları gibi ve ayrıca spor olanaklarından da yararlanabilmektedirler.
Le Cordon Bleu Istanbul is located in the reputable Özyeğin University campus, which is over 220,000 square meters. The campus is located on the Asian side and easily reachable through public transportation. There is also a university shuttle between the city center and the campus several times a day. And students can benefit from 2,626 bed capacity dorms along with sport facilities, including half Olympic indoor pool, library, food outlets within the campus.
İstanbul, geleneksel lokantalardan lüks fine dining restoranlarına, büyülü Mısır çarşısından zengin balık tezgahlarına veya renkli taze pazarlara kadar çeşitli deneyimler sunuyor. Çok yönlülük bu şehirde sınır tanımıyor.
Istanbul offers a variety of experiences from traditional diners to luxury fine dining restaurants, from magical spice bazaar to rich fish stands or to colorful fresh markets. Versatility has no borders in this city.
Le Cordon Bleu, öğrencilerine 3.650 metrekarenin üzerinde son teknoloji tesisler sunmaktadır. Teori derslerinin yapıldığı mutfak altyapılı gastro-auditorium ve uygulamalı derslikler yer almaktadır.
Le Cordon Bleu offers state-of-art facilities over 3,650 square meters, consisting of an auditorium with culinary infrastructure for theory courses and practical culinary classes.
Le Cordon Bleu çeşitli eğitim imkanları sunmaktadır. Uzun dönem profesyonel sertifika programlarımız olan mutfak ve pastacılık programlarımız temel, orta ve üstün olmak üzere 3 seviyeden oluşmaktadır. 3 seviye mutfak eğitimini başarıyla tamamlayan öğrencilerimiz diplom de cuisine, 3 seviye pastacılık eğitimini başarı ile tamamlayan öğrencilerimiz diplom de patisserie sertifikalarını almaya hak kazanır. 3 seviye mutfak ve pastacılık eğitimini başarıyla bitiren öğrencilerimiz ise uluslararası prestije sahip Grand Diplom sertifikasını alarak okulumuzdan mezun olurlar.
Le Cordon Bleu offers variety of programs. Both patisserie and cuisine programs consist of 3 stages: basic, intermediate, superior. Certificate programs each lasting 11 weeks. Students can either attend 3 stages independently or complete the entire program. Those who complete all 3 stages will be granted by Diplôme de Pâtisserie or Diplôme de Cuisine. In case of completing both programs in all 3 stages, one will graduate with a Grand Diplôme.
Grand Diplom sertifikamızı görebilirsiniz.
Here is a picture of a Grand Diplôme.
Le Cordon Bleu'de uzun dönem profesyonel sertifika programları haricinde yoğunlaştırılmış ekmekçilik, çikolata ve şekerleme, hafta sonu mutfak programı gibi kurum ve kişilere özel olarak hazırlanan tailor-made kurslar ve workshoplar da mevcuttur.
Le Cordon Bleu also offers courses like intensive bakery, chocolate and confectionery, weekend cuisine program, and tailor-made courses both at personal and corporate levels.
Okulumuzda eğitim alan öğrenciler, ikisi İsviçre'den, biri İtalya'dan, biri Fransa'dan, biri Belçika'dan ve biri Türkiye'den olmak üzere uluslararası Le Cordon Bleu Master Şeflerinden eğitim alma fırsatına sahiptirler. Kurslar İngilizce olup Türkçe'ye çevrilmektedir.
Students have the opportunity to learn from diverse group of international Le Cordon Bleu Master Chefs, being 2 Swiss, 1 Italian, 1 French, 1 Belgian, and 1 Turkish. The courses are held in English and translated into Turkish.
Bizi dinlediğiniz için teşekkür ederiz. Sözü Le Cordon Bleu Türkiye Direktörü Defne Ertan Tüysüzoğlu'na vermek isteriz.
I would like to give the floor to Director of Le Cordon Bleu Turkey, Defne Ertan Tüysüzoğlu.
Değerli katılımcılarımız, çok mutluyuz ki gene bir çevrim içi Gastroshow'da, açık Open House Gastroshow'da beraberiz. Elbette gönül istiyor yüz yüze olalım, bu artık pandemi bitsin ve gene sizleri tesislerimizde ağırlayabilelim. Ama şöyle de bir güzelliği var aslında bu dönemin bize öğrettiği, uzaklar yakın oluyor ve çevrim içi toplantılarda çok farklı ülkelerden de katılımcılar ya da çok farklı şehirlerden de katılımcılarımız bu tip etkinliklerimize katılabiliyor ve biz de böylece yeni yüzler görmüş oluyoruz, yeni kişilerle tanışmış oluyoruz. Let me translate real quick in English. So we are so happy to have you in our another gastro show, online gastro show today. And yes, we are looking forward when you are actually coming to our premises, to our school, so that we can meet you face to face and do those shows in the premises in Gastro-auditorium. Nevertheless, possibly what pandemic taught us, it is possible to reach out to many people all around the world in the different cities, maybe not face to face in person, but through this online events. And this is also an opportunity for us to see different faces from all over the world. Bu aydan itibaren Gastrosshow'umuzun formatını biraz değiştirdik ve artık başarılı bir mezunumuzu da bu gastroshow'lara dahil etmek istedik ve onun deneyiminden, onun kariyer planının ne olduğuyla ilgili olarak da hem tekrar onunla bir iletişim kurmak istedik hem de sizlerle bunu paylaşmak istedik. So basically starting from this month we will have a different format. We will have a successful alumni who will be talking to us about her career and her path in this lovely culinary journey. And that will be the first one today. Bu hafta, daha doğrusu bu ay sevgili Nur Anaç bizle beraber olacak ve kendisinden biraz bahsedecek, deneyiminden, hem okul deneyiminden hem de hayatındaki bu gelişimden bahsedecek. Ekibimiz onunla ilgili bir ufak zaten açılış yapacak, bu kısmı onlara bırakmış olayım. So basically, Nur Anaç, Chef Nur Anaç will be joining us today, talking about her career, a little bit about probably the school, what she did while she was here in Le Cordon Bleu. And obviously we are missing a lot our alumni and so happy to have them over here. Kısaca şundan da bahsedelim. bir aramızda olacak. Hem Nur Hanım'ın, Şef Nur'un sunumundan sonra sorularınıza cevap da verebileceğiz ya da arada da cevap veriyor olacağız. Bunun dışında belirttiğimiz gibi bir üniversite programımız da var. Özyeğin Üniversitesi'nin içinde biliyorsunuz 4 yıllık lisans programımız var. Bununla ilgili sorularınız olursa da tanıtım ekibimiz burada. Lütfen chatten sorularınızı yazın. Berna Hanım ve ekibi bu konuda bize yardımcı olacak. So basically, besides the certificate program, as we mentioned in the opening, we have the university program, Gastronomy and Culinary Arts program. And if you have any questions about the school, how to enter it, or the scholarship opportunities, etc., feel free to write in chat. Our recruitment team is also with us, and they would be helping us about answering your questions. Peki ben sözü gene Duygu ve Zeynep'e vermek istiyorum. İyi seyirler diliyorum tüm katılımcılara. I would like to give the floor back to Duygu and Zeynep, and I wish you a very pleasant event today.
Bugün etkinliğimizde ilk olarak ulusal bir televizyon kanalında TV şefi olan mezunumuz Nur Anaç sizinle kariyer yolculuğunu paylaşacak. İkinci bölümümüzde ise Le Cordon Bleu eğitmen şefimiz Erich Ruppen bir Fransız tarifini sergileyecek. Mutfak tekniklerini öğrenmek ve Le Cordon Bleu master şeflerinden ipuçlarını almak için bir fırsata sahip olacaksınız bugün. Etkinliğimiz İngilizce olarak gerçekleşecektir. Zoom ekranınızda yer alan çeviri butonundan İngilizceyi seçerseniz İngilizce, Türkçeyi seçerseniz Türkçe çeviriyi dinleyebilirsiniz. Sorularınızı chat kısmından bize iletebilirsiniz.
First, our alumni, Chef Nur Anaç, who is a TV chef in a national television channel, will be sharing her career journey. And in the second part, Le Cordon Bleu chef instructor Erich Ruppen will be demonstrating a French recipe. You will have the opportunity to learn the culinary techniques and get tips from the Le Cordon Bleu master chefs. Our event will be held in English. If you choose English from the interpretation button on your Zoom screen, you can listen in English. If you choose Turkish, you can listen to Turkish translation. You can send your questions through the chat.
Shall I start now? Okay. Hello, everyone. I'm Nur Anaç. I want to talk as briefly as I can about my journey, which took me to Le Cordon Bleu, the before and after. I'm married. I have twins. And when I was a child, my mom was a good cook, and she was also very eager to decorate the table and the food. So I never felt the need or the want to cook. So I basically knew nothing about cooking till I was about 26 or so. I was raised with the ideal of working for my own family business. So I went to Boğaziçi University. I studied in Boğaziçi University economics. And as I was doing my master's degree, I found out that I was interested in more creative things rather than all those numbers and etc. So I started a blog about decorating, and after a while I became a decoration stylist, and I was working freelance for magazines like decoration magazines, House Beautiful, Home Art, Evian. You probably know these magazines. But day by day, my will for cooking increased, and I wanted to inquire and learn more about the know-how, the methods and everything. So as I was 39, I wanted to study more, and of course Le Cordon Bleu was the only institution that hit my mind. There was no other option. But I had some, of course, dilemmas, because I loved cooking, yes, but I couldn't touch meat. But nevertheless, I knew that I wanted to learn something, and I registered for only one term, not knowing how much I wanted to go on, because I wasn't thinking about cooking like a career or anything. I just wanted to learn more about cooking. That's it. But after like 2 weeks or so in Le Cordon Bleu, I knew in my heart that I wanted to go all the way and learn everything till the end. I studied cuisine, not baking actually, because I love the freedom that cuisine gives me. In baking, you cannot have that much, you cannot improvise. You don't have that much freedom because you have to be more precise about numbers, about the weights and everything. And I learned more than cooking in Le Cordon Bleu because I was 39. I hadn't been a student for so many years, and I learned again about the self-discipline, the self-motivation to inquire, to learn more. The chefs always asked us questions, and when I went home, I was trying to learn more and more about it, and I was reading about cooking all the time. And I loved being in an environment where everyone was interested in cooking. And also I love talking, and I love talking about food and the methods, the new recipes. So this was my heyday, I think. As I was studying there for, I think it was during my last term, everyone was asking me, okay, you're becoming a chef, then what are you gonna do? And I was answering them, I don't want to do anything. I'm just here because I love cooking. I just want to go on with my decoration stylist career and my family business, and that's it. But as I was about to graduate, the urge to not to be apart from cooking and this environment was hitting me more and more. So I started thinking what I can do. I knew that I didn't want to work in a restaurant because I had a family. My twins were like 12 at that time, and I didn't want to be day and night working in a restaurant. And so actually the thing came, like Viktor Frankl said, he says, you have to have a meaning in your life so that you can overcome all the problems. And cooking somehow was becoming that meaning in my life. So a few people said, oh, you're so energetic, why don't you show up online and make some videos about cooking? You can be on YouTube. So that's why after a while I said, yes, why not? And I started my YouTube channel. And of course, one thing led to another, and now I ended up in a national channel, cooking for people. I love sharing. So because I am always, my kitchen turned out to be a test kitchen now. I'm trying to develop new recipes, and I'm trying to help people love vegetables. And I'm trying to show that vegetables can be interesting and delicious at the same time. So that's somehow became my ideal in life. So I really love it when people show reactions, they cook what I cook, and I don't want to say inspired, but they somehow get inspired from my recipes and add it to their cuisine. So I really like what I'm doing right now. That's it, I think. But I have to add one more thing. As I was about to graduate from Boğaziçi University, a friend of mine told me that she was going to go abroad and study gastronomy. And I was really shocked because according to my vision at that time, if you're graduating from Boğaziçi University, studying gastronomy was really redundant, irrelevant. And I ended up learning how to cook, in Le Cordon Bleu at the age 39. But I still don't think that it's late, because I really truly believe that everything has predestined time, the correct time for something. There's a correct time for everything. is there any questions that you want to ask me?
Okay, maybe I'll go.
Okay.
I want to know what was very challenging for you while you were at school.
Yes, the most challenging part was I have the discipline, and our chefs were very precise about timing. And every day I was, especially at the beginning, I was really stressed not to be late for class. that was the most challenging part, but only in the beginning. After like 2 weeks or so, you get to see that if something abrupt comes out, then your chef is gonna know about it, and it's not and it's okay. I think I never missed a class. Thank God I was never sick or anything. And like I said in the very beginning, I really was so happy. During the last term, I was very sad, counting the days that school was gonna end. Still, every day I was like going to class flying, because, like I said, I really like cooking. But I also love being in an environment where everybody loves cooking and is knowledgeable about cooking and is ready to talk about food and the details about it. Everything about the cuisine.
Very well. Maybe Duygu and Zeynep can help us about the questions on the chat. We are getting quite
Yes,
a lot of questions in the chat. Or if you can see Nur, please go ahead and start answering.
There is a question. Can you tell more about starting and maintaining a YouTube channel? How to be successful? In the beginning, I really was very stressed because it's not like talking to your friends or to the ones you love. But it's good to know that the first few videos are not going to be like yourself, because you get used to the cameras. The first videos are going to be there, but they're not going to be your masterpieces. So starting a YouTube channel, I must admit, is not the wisest decision. About social media, if you want to have a quick access, Instagram is a better option, because in YouTube at the very beginning, you really have to try very hard, and it's really making a video, and then, everything about it is too much work. Instagram is easier. So if you want to have quick reactions, Instagram is better. But then again, YouTube is more detailed about the cooking and the techniques. So it also has its pros and cons, like every other thing. And about maintaining it, in the very beginning, you have to be very you have to make inquiries about what people like, and you have to, if you become a niche channel, then you have to admit in the very beginning that you will have less participants, less followers. So you maybe you have to have some strategies, like trying to find out what people like and trying to grab those recipes from your repertoire and cook them at first.
Nur, another question is, well, they're asking, is the courses are in English? We explained that part. Yes, the courses are in English. The theory part is in English, but it's translated to Turkish for students who are not very fluent in English. But the practical classes will be in English, so you should be able to communicate with your chefs. Luckily, our chefs knows pretty much Turkish, so it's quite okay. But we do prefer that you communicate mostly in English, so that you get used to a global environment, because many of our alumni would be working abroad as well. But the question that possibly, Nur, you can answer is, they're asking, which culture of food did you cook? So the education, you can tell me a little bit maybe about our education and how you could possibly apply this to other world's cuisine, because your main area is not just French cuisine, you're cooking many, many different things. Would you like to tell us a little bit about that?
Yes, of course. Yes, mainly we were learning more about, yes, French cuisine, but at the same time, we learned so many techniques which helped me even to cook better mezes, because, for example, before going to school, I was never thoughtful. I never thought about roasting a vegetable, but roasting vegetables really increases and caramelizes them and increases their sugar content. So they make them more tasty. Yes, we did learn more about the French cuisine, but we could apply them to many world cuisines. I mean, it's more about the know-how than the recipes that you get. But the know-how was there. It's like that. So even I'm caramelizing onions for some of my mezes, knowing that it's gonna increase the flavor and impress people, and it does.
Good.
It works.
As far as I can see, we don't have any other questions regarding your career. Okay. But if you have any other questions about the school, etc., please feel free to ask us. One of our students, but actually, maybe it will be she will be our student. But one of our followers asked us information about the university program. Please find the email address and also the link for the university program. And also regarding the certificate program, the next intake will be on May 24th. We already started our winter term. It's face-to-face at the school. So one of the followers asked if it is physically, we are giving online or physically. Yes, it is face-to-face. You have to be in the classroom to be able to learn the culinary techniques. Otherwise, we feel that it's impossible to learn. Culinary is not such a thing that you will be learning online. You may improve yourself maybe online, but you have to touch the ingredients. You have to hold the knife to be able to understand better. And which programs did you take? I think, Nur, this is a question for you.
Yes.
What did you do?
You mean at
Le Cordon Bleu,
right?
Yes.
I studied cuisine only the first, second, and the third term. So I have the chef diploma, but I don't have the grand diploma. I didn't study baking, patisserie.
Right, but in the nevertheless in cuisine there are few modules of pastry as well, right?
Oh yes. Sometimes we were also baking. Because there are also some things which are included in cuisine that you have to bake sometimes, and also a couple of times, not very little. We also made some desserts, of course.
Restaurant desserts, yes.
Yes.
Okay. Am I missing anything? I don't think I'm missing anything. One question is when 2021-2022 season is starting. Okay, maybe I'll answer to that.
Yes.
I'm assuming that this is a university program that you are asking. So the university program will be starting in October. Ama soran bir Türk öğrencimiz, a Turkish student is asking this. Of course, you have to enter the university exam. To be able to enter to university. So it's like any other university program. As far as the certificate program goes, as we said, we have the next one coming up on May 24th. And after that, it will be in roughly end of August. and then again in October. The specific dates are not determined yet because we are also going along with the academical calendar. But please look to our website, follow our website to know better, or just send us a mail so that we can get you posted. Right. I think that's about it, but I would like to give the words to Duygu and Zeynep about leading us for the Gastro Show.
Okay, thank you for your participation, Chef Nur. We are very happy to see you again.
Yeah, me too. See you. Bye-bye. Bye-bye everyone.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Çok teşekkür ederiz.
Rica ederim. Ne demek?
Teşekkürler.
Ben teşekkür ederim.
Now, Chef Ruppen, Erich Ruppen, will be presenting traditional monkfish stew. And do you have any question? If you have any question to the chef, please write it from the chat. Now, I would like to give the floor to Chef Erich Ruppen to present Gastroshow.
Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to this Gastro Show. Today I'm going to show you a recipe which is called Bouillied de lot. It's also known as bouillabaisse casin. Bouillied is a popular fish dish which originates from the French region of Languedoc, which is a region from the Provence to the Spanish border. So unlike a bouillabaisse which originates in the city of Marseille, most commonly is made with whitefish, such as mullet or sea bass. But the original, most traditional recipe primarily includes the monkfish, or also which is called an anglerfish. However, modern varieties also incorporate scallops, mussels, or any other type of shellfish. The stew is usually enriched by addition of vegetables such as leek, onions, tomatoes, flavored with orange peel, garlic, thyme, and saffron. What differentiates the bouillied from the bouillabaisse is also the addition of aioli. It's a sauce made with garlic, olive oil, egg yolk, and this fragrant sauce is added last in order to thicken the broth and to provide a richer, more flavorful sauce. So we're going to start straight away with the preparation of the stock. For the stock, I need the sliced leeks, which I cut down into slices, which is in French called sifflet. Then also some sliced onions. So we're going to heat some olive oil and we're going to sweat these vegetables. So in the south region of France, usually olive oil is preferred to butter. We're going to sweat that lightly. Then also I'm going to blanch the tomato and remove the skin. I'm going to remove first the stem. Going to make a small incision on the top. And then we're going to plunge them for a half a minute or so into boiling water until the skin blisters. Then also we're going to add some orange peel. This stock is used to, later we will cook the potatoes in there, as well as we're going to poach the fish there. I season already a little bit now. I can remove the tomato and refresh them in ice water. This water is not needed anymore. Then we add the orange peel. I cut the 2 garlics into half. Add it also to the stock. Then we deglaze with white wine. And some water. This stock has to simmer for about 20 minutes. Now I use also some herbs, fresh thyme. Then I will remove the skin from the tomato. And now I'm going to remove the seeds. Just cut them in half. And that way you can easily remove the seeds. We remove the seeds because they may make your preparation a little bit bitter. We just roughly cut them. And we also add these tomatoes to the stock. I will add some more seasoning, salt, some pepper. And of course some saffron. So we let that simmer about 20 minutes. So in the meantime, we're gonna butcher the fish, the monkfish. I have here the tail of a monkfish. Normally, a monkfish, the head is about more than half of the whole body of the fish. Monkfish is very suitable if you don't like bones in the fish because it has only a spine bones. So it's very easy to remove any bones from the fish. So first, I remove the dorsal fin. And then I remove the skin. I just pull it down. And then I remove the tail. Then the fish has this membrane here. This has to be completely removed. Otherwise, later you will have brown spots on your meat. So all colored meat should be removed, as well as the membrane, very thin skin. So I'm going to show you today two ways of preparation. One, we will cook on the bone. This helps us to keep the shape of the fish. And one, I'm going to show you how to cook like a stew when we remove the fillet from the bone. So this piece, I'm going to cook on the bone. So I mean poach it. And the other piece, I will take off the bone. I'm going to cut it in small pieces. Just cutting off any remaining color. Okay, good. I put it in the fridge until we're going to use it. Now we're going to start the preparation of the aioli sauce. It's an aioli mayonnaise, actually is the correct term. I have here garlic, a puree of garlic, to which I will add 2 egg yolks. And then we will use olive oil, half and half sunflower oil. The preparation is very similar to a mayonnaise. We will also add some lemon juice. Then I'm slowly adding the oil. So, some seasoning, salt, pepper. And we end up with a mayonnaise type of sauce. Put that on the side. Stock has a beautiful color due to the saffron. You can check if the seasoning is okay. It's a little bit of pepper. Should always try your food. So this dish also needs potato. I have pre-prepared them already. I peeled them and then I cut them in round barrel, like we call them bouchon potatoes. And these potatoes we're going to cut in about 3 millimeter thick slices. Now we're going to start to cook the potatoes in this stock. The potatoes, they will take about 8 minutes. The fish takes about 5 minutes. That's why we have to give the potatoes a head start of 3 minutes, approximately. However, when we take out the fish, we can still cook the potatoes a little bit more if they are not ready. This is a recipe from our culinary program for intermediate cuisine. Intermediate cuisine, we make a kind of Tour de France where we show in 28 lessons different regional dishes. And this one is one of those. We'll season lightly the fish. We will cover then the whole preparation with a so-called cartouche. This is a piece of baking paper, which we first cut kind of a square. Then we fold it over half, again half, and then we prepare a triangle. Then we are measuring it from the center of the pan. And in the middle, we make a small chimney. So this is a so-called cartouche, which helps us to cover the food and to control the evaporation rate of the liquid. With the stock, we're gonna make afterwards the sauce. We will strain it, and then we will use the aioli sauce to thicken it. Now I can put the fish. I put first the bigger piece, and later I will add the smaller pieces. For the sauce, I will transfer some of the aioli sauce into a bowl. At this stage, you could also put some shellfish inside, some mussels, some scallops. Of course, the scallops, you would have to be careful because they will be cooked in a minute. Now I can also add the smaller pieces. And these bones I can use for a fish stock. While the fish is cooking, I prepare my service plates. We clean the plates with vinegar. Vinegar helps to remove any fingerprint or whatsoever. And we warm the plate at 65 degrees. This is the temperature which we can tolerate in our hand. I'm turning the fish. Then we can always check if the fish is cooked. When it comes easy from the bone, it's cooked, which is not the case yet. It needs another 2-3 minutes. It will be ready. We can start with the preparation of the sauce. I will take a few ladles from this stock. And we add it to the aioli sauce. And now this is a critical point of the preparation. As you may remember, there is egg in the sauce. And when you have egg in the sauce, you cannot bring it to the boil. So we heat it up now to a temperature of maximum 85 degrees. If you bring it to boil, it will split. It is a similar preparation as you would prepare a crème anglaise, a vanilla sauce. It's the same principle. You can always check the thickness by the back of a spoon. You can see when the line stays, which is not the case here, it is cooked. Of course, if you are not sure, you can also, of course, use a thermometer. But you will feel when the sauce starts to thick, it will be ready. So checking the taste. Has enough salt from the stock as well as from the aioli. Nearly ready. I will give him the final touch before the service. Also the fish, it's about to be cooked. So this is really a key point. This sauce cannot boil. Check if it's cooked. You see, when you cook the fish on the bone, it will nicely keep the shape. It needs another minute. But the small ones will be ready. We keep it warm. Just at about 60 degrees. So it will not, it's just keep it warm and doesn't cook. Also, this piece is ready now. So I will check the cooking degree of the potatoes. They're also done. So I'm going to show you today two preparation ways. One is the classical one. The classical one is the fish with potatoes. The sauce. Then we're gonna decorate that with some greens. So this is a burrito, the classical way how you may get it in restaurants in France. So I want also to use for the second preparation, we have a lot of potatoes left. So I want to show you an alternative preparation for this. On the principle of no waste. We make with the potato a small puree. I will pass it through a sift. Then I have here a little bit of heated cream. I will use some of butter, which I will add to the potatoes. Little bit of the heated cream. I will add some more of the saffron. Taste is fine. Then with the other ingredients of the sauce, I will make a small puree, a sauce with the leek, with the onions, Also this, I will transfer the small pan. So, also this is ready for portioning. Now we will remove the fish from the bones. You see, with this cooking method, the shape of the fish is maintained. We make a small bed with the puree of the onion, the leek. We add the fish. With a small knell of the potato puree with saffron. Then, of course, this preparation needs also the sauce. And also here, it needs some color with greens. So this is an alternative way from the classic. So this is the classic way how you would serve it. This one, we also want to avoid some waste. That's why we used the ingredients from the stock. We made a puree for the onions and leek. We make a potato puree with saffron. And of course the poached fish and the sauce with the aioli thickened. Thank you very much. If you have any question, please. If you don't want to use white wine, you can replace the white wine with water and put a splash of vinegar in or lemon juice. The white wine is mainly used to give the acidity to the food. I just want to remind you about the critical point when you make this sauce. It should not boil, otherwise it will really split. The paper we put, if you just put the cover, the food is, the steam can not reach the food properly. So when I put a paper on, as I did, so the steam is kept close to the food and it cooks more evenly. You know, we use this cartouche, so-called this paper, for many of our preparation. This is, if you have a pan and you put a lid on, that avoids all, the steam cannot go out, there will be less evaporation. If you cook without a lid, there is too much evaporation. So with this cartouche paper, with a hole in the middle, it is a controlled way. We can control exactly the amount of reduction we want, the amount of evaporation of the water or liquid.
Is that Erich who's speaking?
This is very a modern way of presentation, monochromatic, where you have for the dish all the way the same type of color. It is also done sometimes with green, where you have all your foods on the same color. So we call that monochromatic plating. Of course, on another dish, it takes a different color, of course. So this dish, as you can see, it's all on the yellow tone. With the saffron, with the potatoes. Okay, thank you very much. And bon appetit, happy cooking.
Thank you, Chef.